shift, bass hit, neck snap, true talk, no fluff, heat rise, act up, snap tight, step clean, eyes locked, scene mean, just Jax Guests. Feel that beat drop, chest pump, don't stop, just Jax Guests. Here comes fire, here comes heat, no retreat, on this beat, just Jax Guests. Just Jax Guests. Just Jax Guests. Boom shakalaka boom shakalaka boom 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 boom.
Mind flip, spine stiff, word cut, gift shift, talk slick, move quick, clock tick, don't blink.
Just Jax Guests. Boom shakalaka boom shakalaka boom. Just Jax Guests. Boom shakalaka boom shakalaka boom.
More love with backbone, more safety, full grown, more respect when it's earned, more clients return, more stacks, more flow, more peace that we grow, more health in the grind, more wealth in the mind, more cheers from the crowd, more strong women loud, more worth that you feel, more power made real. Yeah,
just Jax Guests. Here comes fire, here comes heat, no retreat, on this beat, just Jax Guests. Just Jax Guests. Just boom shakalaka boom shakalaka boom.
Boom shakalaka boom, hey boom boom, boom shakalaka boom, hey boom boom, boom shakalaka boom. Boom shakalaka boom, hey boom shakalaka boom shakalaka boom, hey boom shakalaka boom shakalaka boom. Boom shakalaka boom, boom shakalaka boom shakalaka boom, hey boom shakalaka boom.
Kick bounce, hi-hat, run, shoulders roll, sun up, baseline, waistline, heat rise, no decline. Just Jax Guests. Boom shakalaka boom 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 boom. More love with backbone, more sun, boom boom. When it go, when the sun, more fun, when the turn, more stacks, more flow, more blacks, when the turn, more just no pin, more shirt, more stacks, more loud, more strong, more loud, more worth that you feel, more power made free.
Yeah, more drive, no style, more rise, stand tall, more force, no fear, more shit this year, yeah.
Just Jax Guests.
Boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka, boom shakalaka.
We did it, guys. It's another Monday. I am so excited for these two guests. Craziest thing ever. Like, seriously, one of the guests I have known almost as long as I've been as active as I have been on LinkedIn. And she was my very first coffee chat, I believe. She was definitely my first Zoom meeting. And the first person ever to like record it. It was the craziest thing. I'm like, what is going on here? And our other guest, I just finally heard his voice like 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago. It is so exciting when I like know people and I don't know people. Oh, I'm so excited to bring them to you guys. But as always, before I get them on stage, I like to see who do you think is going to go first? Do you think it's going to be Heather? Do you think it's going to be d-Roo? Who do you think? Do you know either of these guests? I'm so excited to hear your thoughts. Guys, we are going to have a great show. I love seeing who shows up to meet these new people, to maybe cheer them on. Maybe they've known them longer than me. I just found out that Kenny has been knowing d-Roo for 7 or 8 years or something. How did I just meet this human like a couple weeks ago? And now he's on my show and Kenny's been knowing him forever. Look who's here, Mr. Jason Forehand. I gotta tell you guys, if you've read one of his posts lately, you know that he just announced a handful of new advisory members. I'm one of them. I am so thankful to be part of the Transformation Kitchen family. So if you know me, you know I don't cook. It is not my thing at all, and it's never going to be my thing. But this man and his team, they are helping people with food insecurity, with housing issues, with all the things. And he wants to bring the justice impacted world into that. So I am very fortunate to be able to be part of this impressive community. And it is their huge give back on Wednesday, so 2 days from now. And so make sure you check out Nick's show. She is doing it. This is going to be on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure that you can check out her show. going to be doing fun stuff. The amazing William Rochelle is going to be doing a dance off with her, which is like, oh my gosh, this is going to be the coolest thing ever. Check them out, support them. I mean, good stuff is happening, guys, and you're gonna realize just your impact on the world when you start connecting with more people. So if you're new here, if you've never seen Just Jax Guests, thank you, first of all. I do this show every single Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've been doing it over a year, have never missed a Monday night. I try to bring 2 different guests every night because the whole purpose of this room is to bring diverse humans together so the world becomes a little bit nicer and safer and smaller because we get to know more people. It doesn't matter if you're a business owner, if you are looking for a job, if you've written a novel, if you don't even know how to put your shoes on, whoever you are welcome on this stage as long as you can commit to just not disrespecting anybody, because the world is a beautiful place the more we get to know people. I'm so thankful that I tend to get people from all over the globe that tune in. We've had great guests that have been on here. From all over the world. We get people from all over the United States. I'm in Michigan. My guests are both, 3 hours behind me. One is in Colorado, one's in the state of Washington. So you never know who's showing up at what time. I've got guests coming up for a while. Mr. Ennie's in the house. I mean, he's in the middle of his night right now in the UK. I'm super excited that Joel's going to be a guest here pretty soon. So he'll be on Ennie's time when he does that. I just love who comes for these humans because it's important stuff. So 2 other things that I want to share with you. Again, make sure that you are connecting with people in the actual audience because that means that they care, because this world is a good place. And if you don't know all about like my journey on LinkedIn, I love connecting with humans in real life. And I lost count somewhere around 260, 270 of my LinkedIn connections I've actually met in person on my travels. And Saturday, I got to meet an amazing human. If you didn't see my post the other day, I got to meet the most spectacular, phenomenal lady that literally lives less than 45 minutes away from me, Elle Ingalls. If you don't know, she is in the Outlier Outlier Project. Jackie's having trouble with her tongue today. She is such an amazing human. We went for a walk. I swear we were together just 10 minutes. It was an hour and a half, nonstop. Huge smile on my face, like from the minute I saw her. Oh, it was so great. We have connected over 2 years ago, and we finally got to meet in person because Jackie's super bad with her DMs. So if you do send me a DM, if you're like, hey, I want to be on your show, or hey, this, you got to remember you're competing with hundreds of people that message me every week, trying to get to be my financial advisor and to try to upgrade my website and to try to be my virtual assistant and everything. There is just too much to read in there some days. So make sure that the very first words you say in your DM to me is guest on show, or I want to connect, not, hey, can I sell you something? Because I'm not even going to look at those messages, okay? So speaking of great people, Damian, Kinsey, and I are back for Wishful Wednesday, the last Wednesday of this month. So that's going to be May 27th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. If you've never heard of Wishful Wednesday, it is your chance to put your wishes out to the world. Let's get them off your shoulders. Let's get those manifestations going so you get to do all the cool things. Whether it is having more people follow your business, maybe wishing for health for you or somebody else. Maybe it's just because you're nervous about something or you're financially struggling. Make sure you check out the event page. You can put your wishes in the comments already. You can join us on stage with or without camera that Wednesday. The event's already posted. You can also go to Damian Kinsey's page because he actually just posted, and I believe Dr. Tanya Farron did too. They are also requesting speakers for the upcoming virtual or work-life balance summer that will be a virtual conference in October. So much going on, especially if you're in the world of LinkedIn. Make sure to reach out and connect because we've got some cool things going on. Now, guys, there are so many people in the audience, and I want to get to our first guest in just a minute. I want to shout out a couple names that I'm seeing. I see Damian. I'm assuming that's you for the Wishful Wednesday. Christy's in the house. We have got the beautiful Martha is in the house. We have got one of our backstage people is here. I just love it. I'm so excited for him to be on stage. I cannot wait for you guys to meet Heather. Oh my gosh. We have got to meet in person. I cannot believe it's taken this long. Christy's in the house, and we have got Steven's in the house, and we have, of course, Kenny Dunner's in the house, and Leslie's here. Thank you for being here tonight. Oh my gosh, William Rochelle, of course, who does my amazing intro and outro. So talented. Make sure you connect with him if you need something for your show. Gregory from Canada, love you being here, my friend. I hope you are doing well. Oh my gosh, guys, Leanna from not Montana, Minneapolis, or is it just Minnesota? No, you're Duluth. You're way up north. I forgot about that. Guys, we have so many great people in the house. Who am I seeing? Am I seeing anybody say if they think it's going to be Heather or d-Roo first? Gosh, I'm not seeing it. Susan, nice to see you in the house. I am so glad that you were able to make it. We have got a couple newer faces that haven't been on before or haven't showed up. I'm so excited to have you get to meet our amazing guests. We've got Lisa from Trinidad is here. Oh my gosh, so many awesome people. I am just loving the support already. Without even the guests being on stage, you're already lighting up the comments. You know they're going to be amazing because humans are pretty cool, aren't they? Except the creepy ones, or except the ones that are still filled with so much hate. So we want to make sure to support so many great people. Oh, Jacob's in the house. Jacob and his mom are going to be a guest before too long. Guys, we're going to have so much stuff. We've got Lay's in the house. So thankful for you to be here. Gosh, I'm still trying to see. Has anybody even guessed who's going to be first or who's going to be? G. Pascal's here. Love seeing him here. Professor Roxana's in the house. Thank you for being here. Oh my gosh, we are going to just have a great time, guys. Are you ready? Should I stop babbling? Should I get our first guest up? Okay, Christy. Let's see. Christy is actually saying Heather, and then we've got William saying d-Roo. Okay. Oh, Gregory did say Heather. Okay, I missed that. Totally missed that. Sorry about that. Ooh, he even did caps on me. He was all over me saying, I already did this. Margaret's in the house. I'm so proud of you. Coming finally. We haven't been crossing paths. Jacob, yes. Awesome people, including you. I can't wait to get you on stage. Okay. Are you guys ready to see who the first guest is? Some of you are right and some of you are wrong. Here she comes. It's going to be my friend Heather.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm so happy to see you.
I am thrilled to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
Girl, you know I've wanted you as a guest forever. And you were either too busy traveling or the time zone issue or something, but I'm so thankful that you're here. So we've got so much to talk about your businesses and all kinds of cool stuff, but we are going to start just like I do with every single guest. 3 questions, super interesting questions, because I always say I'm going to change them up, but I learn so much from every guest that shares them. So I'm going to keep the same questions. So first questions, if you can share with us 2 things, Heather, that you are proud of yourself for accomplishing.
Well, I have been an amazing mom. I know that because I've worked very, very hard to do that. And also, I have been self-employed for 25 years, and I now have my freedom of time. I travel and work virtually.
So good. I love how you said, I'm a good mom, because a lot of people, when that question is asked, whether it's by me or somebody else, we tend to say, I'm proud of my kids. And that's important and that's great, but that puts the onus on your family or your kids. And thank you for acknowledging that you're a good mom, because sometimes we beat ourselves up about, oh, I screwed this up, or I shouldn't have said this to my kid, or I did this wrong. And we don't give ourselves enough credit. I also heard not too long ago, and I've been hearing it in various sources, that we should not actually be telling our kids that we're proud of them. We should be asking them, what are you proud of yourself that you've done today? Get them to understand how important it is for them to value themselves. And I'm like, that's some powerful shit right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, we can still tell them we love them and proud, but every time they move one step, we probably shouldn't say, oh, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. But it should be, what are you proud of today? You've done amazing things. Let me hear from your view. Isn't that a cool concept?
Well, we actually, every night at dinner, we do a highest high and a lowest low, which is kind of similar for a while. So we each talk about what was the best thing that happened to you today and what was the worst thing. And it's not that you had a bad thing necessarily, but what was the least fun or the least enjoyable of your day. But for a while, I actually started asking them, what did you fail at today?
Oh,
That was interesting. And they were so resistant at first.
I
And really, what I was trying to do was teach them that failure is something that we can work with and learn from and move through. And it's a step up, it's a learning step. So, yeah.
I love that. And what a perfect segue to my next question, because even though you have had multiple businesses and you've been self-employed and all the cool things, we still have to keep growing and learning. Otherwise, our brain does not want to do any more work. And we kind of don't become as self-fulfilled as we used to be and everything. So will you share an area of your life you are still growing in or learning more about yourself then?
Giving myself grace. Which is kind of funny because considering that I said I'm a good mom. And, you know, it's funny because the first thing that I was going to say was my kids, that I was proud of my kids. And then I heard when you asked the question, you phrased it very well. And I thought of myself instead. And I thought, oh, so yes, I am working on giving myself grace more and seeing that it's necessary so much more than most of us allow it. And I'm learning.
I love that so much. I don't know if there's one human in the world that really gives themselves enough grace, especially when they're a normal human. You know, it's you are going to find days that are a little different than others. And if we can't give ourselves grace, why would other humans give us grace? You know, I talk about this in a lot of my court groups. It's like if you aren't respecting yourself enough to not get arrested, to not hurt somebody, other people see that and they're like, well, if he don't care about his life, she doesn't care about his life, I can disrespect them too. And I love how you worded that because that's so cool. Heather, that's amazing. So, my dear, you travel way more than I wish I could have. You know, you traveled more in like the past 5 years than I think you had in quite some time. And I've loved your pictures. I've loved just the smile on your face and being able to experience that. But if you could go anywhere right now, regardless of work and the kids and all the fun stuff, where is the place you would go right now?
Oh, it's a tie between Norway to see the Northern Lights and photograph them, because as you know, I am also a photographer of wildlife and landscape. And that's like a dream. But the other place that I would really love to go is to Costa Rica and go in waterfalls and just the lushness of it all, the tropical.
Oh, I love that so much. I actually have a friend in Costa Rica right now, and it's crazy because she emailed me late last night, and I'm like, I'll just wait until I get to work because it's a work friend, and I'm just like, I'll wait until I get to work, and I ended up checking it at like 6 o'clock this morning, anyways, and I'm like, she's in freaking Costa Rica.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
Good for her. Oh, I appreciate that. Heather, I love that you were willing to share those questions. It kind of gives the audience who may or may not know you a little different peek into your world. People that maybe are catching this on replay that just want to be like, why is Heather willing to come on stage? They get to know you before they get to know your business or what your life is about or what you want to come on stage to talk about. So I am going to turn the mic over to you now. This is your time to share what you want to do about your businesses, about life in general, because you're more than just your businesses. I have heard, I have seen, I know what you do. You give back in certain capacities to people that I do some work with too. You know, share what you feel comfortable with sharing with the audience tonight, my friend.
Okay. Well, I own multiple businesses right now, still other ones, but over the years. And as I said, I've been self-employed for 25 years, which one of the really cool things that I have gotten to do with being self-employed for this long, I've gone through a lot of different economic situations, like everything. I've experienced so many different things. And so one of my businesses, I actually do business coaching. And I specifically work with neurodivergent business coaches or business owners, sorry. I coach neurodivergent business owners. And the reason that I do that is because I myself am neurodivergent. I have been diagnosed with ADHD later in life and also complex PTSD. And there's just something when you are neurodivergent, and it can also include things like autism, dyslexia, all kinds of things. But there's something about the way that the brain works differently it's so much easier to connect with somebody who understands how you think. And one of the biggest things that I see when I coach is I help business owners who are struggling. I help them figure out how to manage themselves first. We all have to figure out what makes us tick, what turns us off, things like that. So, for example, using a calendar, people say, well, I don't want to use a calendar because then I'm locked in. Well, actually, no, you're not. Now, actually, you freed yourself up because you don't have to think about it anymore and keep remembering tomorrow morning at 9, I better be sure to blah, blah, blah. It'll come up on your reminders. It's done for you. So I do a lot of shifts in perspective as well as business coaching, which I love. And one of my other businesses, the one that I really wanted to talk about tonight, is Neurospicy Bookkeepers. So I have been doing bookkeeping for 25 years. Jacob, oh, thank you so much. I have been doing bookkeeping for 25 years throughout the times when I've owned my businesses. So 6 years ago, I started offering it to other businesses. Prior to that, I just did my own. Which was not simple. I owned a construction company for 15 years, and we did residential remodeling. And I, at one point, hit the $1 million ceiling with $1 million of revenue in our final year. And so the bookkeeping was not simple by then. So I learned a lot. And when I decided to go into business coaching in 2018, it was really hard to find people. Well, thanks, Stephen. I love working with people with neurodiversity. Oh, it's just amazing. I actually have a really cool Facebook group. Oh gosh, there's so much to talk about. I'm just going to take this tiny little rabbit hole.
So you got plenty of time. Group, keep going.
It's called Neurodivergent Business Owners. I created it. It was 2 years ago last month. It gets 43,000 views in the last 30 days. And it grew by 265 people this week alone. And I haven't done that. All these people that are in this group have done that. We have a group that it's made where you can go in and ask questions about having ADHD or autism or any of these, and learning how to asking people, what do you do? How do you do this? I'm stuck here. What do I do? Or I'm discouraged, or it's a great community. One of the things that I love about it is I'm very strict about marketing, and we only do marketing on Mondays. And the really cool, I will definitely tell you about how I balance work and life working from home. Absolutely. The really cool thing about the group not having marketing any day except for Monday is that we really are there to help each other. There's nothing about your business, what you do, what you sell. Now, if somebody says, hey, there's a post, like, oh, I need some bookkeeping, you can tell them, but you can't post that you're bookkeeping and try and solicit business. So it's been amazing. You guys are just so wonderful. All of your comments, holy moly.
I told you, I got great people that watch here.
Oh my goodness. I just feel like I could go on for like hours. I would love for you all to connect with me too. Please do. I am on LinkedIn and in Facebook and everywhere. But anyways, so where was I going with this? Bookkeeping. Okay. Yeah. So Neurospicy Bookkeepers. The thing is, so I've done bookkeeping for 25 years. There are different types of bookkeepers. I'm a consultative bookkeeper, meaning I don't just put the numbers in there and let them sit. Okay, well, this number goes here and that's a pretty picture. No, I look at it as a puzzle. As I'm inputting things, I'm looking to make sure that it makes sense. Because if I start to see something look off, I've actually found $8,000 in savings for somebody just by putting in something that I was like, that doesn't look like it's been categorized. Holy moly. So, and that was just a 5-minute fix for $8,000. So the really cool thing with consultative bookkeeping is I can help business owners not only be able to read and understand their financials, like their profit and loss. I also help them understand how to interpret those financials and translate that into how do I improve my business. So I have to say that even when I have bookkeeping clients, the coaching comes in not as a coach per se, but I love to help people learn about their financials and how their what their story is telling them to do. So, for example, just a simple thing: if your revenue has gone down this year, and well, why has it gone down? There are so many different places we could look, but you can't assume just one thing. You have to dig and find what it is and then fix that. And your numbers tell you to look. So, oh, great. I love that you are already sending connection requests. I love that. So somebody asked, how do I balance home and work? And I work from home. In fact, I am in my sunroom, and this is a sheet behind me, my fabulous backdrop. I love working from home. My kids are not small anymore, and they're at school. What I have done is I work my butt off when they're at school so that when they come home, I'm done. Now, does that happen every single day? No. There are weekends where I work my butt off to just keep up. But in general, one of the benefits for me of being self-employed has been that I've been able to put my children where I want them to be in my life and in my focus when I want them to be. And so when I ran my business for residential remodeling for 15 years, I would work 60 to 80-hour weeks for several years. At one point, I had 3 kids that were 5 and under, and I was working 60 to 80-hour weeks. And I did not have a spouse who was very involved, so I had a nanny as a co-parent. And I did that for several years. We accomplished a lot. We broke barriers. And I ended up with an immune deficiency. So what I learned was how to help other people not fall into that trap. I had to learn how to manage my business differently. And I started focusing on quality, not quantity, which is what I do still by not working when my kids are home. So I really focus in. I do goal setting every quarter. I actually offer goal setting workshops for that particular reason too. But I do goal setting every quarter, and I mean, it makes it really simple then. So, and as far as balancing home and work, like I said, it's not an automatic thing, and it starts for me. It was easiest to start by saying, I'm going to put something on my calendar for an hour or two in an evening where I'm going to be just playing games with my kids, making dinner, eating dinner, whatever. I had to put appointments on my calendar for myself, and I still do. Not for everything anymore, but it started out small. And what I did was I prioritized that. And if somebody said, hey, could you meet at 6 o'clock on Wednesday? I would look and I'd go, oh, no, I'm sorry, I have an appointment. They didn't know I was going to play games with my kids. They don't need to know that. That's not their business. I have an appointment, and that's all they need to know. So I keep going in and out of focus here. I'm so sorry.
You look great to me.
I feel like maybe I need my eyes checked again. I don't know. So it's a conscious effort to balance work and home, and it's not always perfect. And I give myself grace as often as I can. On top of that, being neurodivergent, any of you in here who are neurodivergent will understand this completely. I don't work a regular 40-hour work week. I cannot do it because I don't have the energy all the time. And what I have found with neurodivergence in general, I've started to trust my rhythm of my body and the energy that I feel in every day. And so there are days where it's easy for me to sit down for 8 hours and do what I need to do. And there are days where it's a Tuesday and I work until 10 a.m. and then I'm done until maybe the next day sometimes. And sometimes I go take a nap on a Tuesday morning. And sometimes I go hike instead of working, or I go hike before I work and take, but I just think it's amazing. Being self-employed allows me to focus on the things that are important. And anywho, so I was going to tell you though, you asked me to tell about a little of what I do in the I'm losing my words here. Sorry. Yeah. So as I mentioned, I do wildlife and landscape photography. And if you'd like to see my photography, I live in Colorado. It's beautiful here. I do have photos from all over the world, but it's at heatherlangton.com. If you buy any of my photos, I donate 25% of my profits to a place that is in Wisconsin called The Community. Shannon is the owner. I actually worked with him. He was incarcerated for 18 years. And I worked with him, I think it was a couple of years after he got out, but it wasn't too long. But when I met him, I loved what he was doing. And I really wanted to support him. And so with my photography, I do that. I also send a 4x6 photo of any of my work to somebody who is currently incarcerated with every purchase. And it can be whoever the person who purchases can request to a certain person, or I ask the community, the place that I support, hey, who do you think could use this? When I was young, I used nature as a way to heal and to get back to myself and recenter and to feel value. And now what I do with my photography is I share it with others so that I can hopefully give them nature to help them heal. And some people can't get to nature. They don't have a vehicle. They live in a big city and it's too big. They can't get out, whatever. People are incarcerated. They don't see nature. And that's a huge thing. So one of the other things that I started to do was as I was meeting people through doing things through the community, I found that I learned a lot. This is when I learned a lot about the whole restorative justice, everything. I realized that it was really difficult for these people to get a job, to get an apartment. They were lucky if they had somebody to live with that they knew from before that wasn't going to get them back into where they were before. And it just floored me. And I thought, some of these people, they can't find a job. They need to just be self-employed. And a lot of them do. And I started coaching people at no charge. I do pro bono coaching. And it's not a huge amount, but it's enough to give them a start and to figure out, do they have a good idea? If not, how can we reshape it? And can I help them to try and figure out how to make some revenue for themselves? So I do pro bono coaching as well with people who have a criminal record and either are already an entrepreneur or want to become an entrepreneur. That has been one of the most rewarding things in the world. I worked with somebody who was incarcerated for almost 20 years. He was out for 7 months when I started working with him. He wanted to start his own business. I asked him what he wanted in his revenue, what he wanted to be able to quit his job. And the number he gave me was so low. I thought, oh my goodness, but okay. I mean, we're all different, right? And so I've worked out the numbers with him and we walked through things. And at the end of that session, he couldn't believe it because I said, dude, if you do this the right way, within the first year, you can make $75,000, not $36,000. $75,000, and within 3 years you could be pulling in a revenue of $300,000. Now, not all of that is yours, but a big chunk could be. And his entire world just split open. It was amazing to see the growth, and knowing that he was going to go and talk to other people and they were going to see what he was able to learn and do. And it was just like one ripple, a little thing. And it was amazing.
It's so good. And you're amazing. And our time is up, my dear, because it goes so flipping fast, especially when you talk about 17 amazing things that you do. This is why people need to come on this show. We think of them as one, maybe two layer things, and then you hear all this stuff. Humans are amazing. You just filled the room tonight. Heather, thank you so much for coming on here. I'm so thankful that the people watching tonight and the people watching replay get to learn more about you. Follow her. She's going to put all the links to her different things, the Facebook group, the her photography website. Make sure that if you need bookkeeping services, check Heather out this way. Okay. My friend, thank you so much. We will talk soon, okay? You got to go back and check out all those comments because they're
Thank you so much. And to everybody in the audience, thank you so much. I will get back to all of you. Thank you.
Appreciate you. We'll see you soon, okay?
Okay.
Wasn't she amazing? I tell you, every week I know they're going to be great guests, and every week they blow me out of the water. Seriously, there are things that her and I have talked about years ago that I either kind of forgot about or I didn't even know if she was still doing. So having you guys be able to hear so many things that she's involved in, it warms my heart, because as she was talking, I'm like, okay, once again, I never tell people who the other guest is going to be on the show. But once you hear our next guest, who is going to be coming up in just a second, you're going to see they had a couple words that are going to probably be said to both of them. I heard construction. I heard PTSD. I heard neurodivergency. Guys, this world is way smaller than we give it credit for. We are so much more alike to fellow humans than we are separated. No matter how many people want to divide us or tell us that these people are better or these people are worse, guys, we are so much more similar. It's an amazing thing. Are you ready to see the next guest? Because I am so excited to learn more about him. You guys are going to be learning some of the same stuff I'm learning in real time, except him and I talked a lot behind the stage before we got live. And if you just go to his profile and you even read a quarter of it, you're going to be like, how does one human do this? Amazing. Are you ready for him? Here he comes. Hello, my friend.
Hello. Thank you so much, Jackie.
Well, wasn't that amazing listening to Heather and seeing just how freaking fast the time flies by?
Oh, man. And I have, after listening to her, I'm like, I need a neurodivergent coach so bad.
And it's funny because I can't even remember how her and I first connected on LinkedIn. And when we got on our Zoom meeting and she hit record, I'm like, is she analyzing me? Is she trying to be some kind of a boss or coach or something? And then I was just like, that's how she remembers how people do stuff too. And it's like, I was chuckling when she was talking about her calendar, because my poor staff at the office, my alarm goes off like probably 16 different times throughout the day, because that's how I alert myself to even check my calendar, because I can ignore those little calendar pop-ups. But if my alarm is making the noise, my brain refocuses.
Absolutely.
I love that you're here. Oh my gosh. I wish we could have had like hours in the green room to talk more, because we were even finding things that were kind of similar in our worlds and everything. Absolutely. So I cannot wait for you to start talking, but I do want to start with our same 3 questions every time a guest is new. Now, sometimes I'll have guests on that have been on before. Mr. Gregory Liverpool, who's in the lobby or the lounge, he has been on, I believe the number is 8 now, Gregory. He's keeping score on that. So I don't ask him like if they come back, but the first time it's all on you to get us to know you as a person before we hear all the cool things you're doing. So are you willing to share 2 things you are proud of that you have done yourself?
Sure, absolutely. I would say the first major thing in my life was just overcoming just hardships and staying positive and trying to leave a good presence everywhere I go. And even though I had a lot of rage and PTSD and things like that, I really stopped hurting people at a young age. And I wasn't quite that guy when I was a kid, but I really I've healed a lot from so many things, and so yeah, super proud of myself for that. And I couldn't have done it without my family and my service dog, and yeah.
Who I got to see pictures of, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rage, that word rage, not a lot of people use that word when they're describing themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for sharing that with us. What's the other thing? Because I think that was all one thing. I think that is really one thing.
The other thing was just overcoming the neurological things and the brain damage that doctors gave up on me. I've been fired from like 5 different neurologists and all kinds of therapists. They're just like, we don't know what to do to help you. And what I did is I really, with whatever brain power I could, I researched how can I get better. And I did a lot of affirmations and things like that, and I learned how to meditate, and I learned how to spend time in nature. But the biggest thing was really learning how to learn. And so since maybe a few years ago, I just started picking up instruments, and I don't even know how many I play, lots, and I just pick up a new one all the time.
I thought this was something you've done your whole life with the music.
Well, I played saxophone, on the Seattle Youth Symphony when I was a kid, but it was kind of boring for me. It was just sort of calculated, like you learn math and memorize. And when I learned guitar and harmonicas and oh God, I can't even think of everything. Yeah, trombone and steel drums and pan drums, and there was less calculated in my mind. Like I didn't have to think about it. I could just feel it and just jam around. And that's what really made me fall in love with creating music. And so then I got myself turntables and started scratching records again and making electronic music. And so I just play in all genres except country, really.
It's hard to scratch to country, right?
It's not my jam. Yeah.
I love it. I thought it was my jam way back in the day, but I'm
Yeah.
with you there. It's not quite the same thing. I love it.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for surviving, my friend. Thank you
Yeah.
for surviving. I appreciate you. I love that you also talked about nature healing you and talked about the creativity that came from once you started letting yourself open up to music again. And I think so many times as we become adults, we either tell ourselves we don't deserve to have fun anymore, or that those things we did as a kid aren't meaningful anymore. But yet they're so powerful and they're so healing. I love that for you. So
Yeah, I had stopped having fun as a kid, and I just was working. I've had several businesses as well. I was mostly doing new construction, commercial and residential for years. I think I built around 900 million of product around here, and it was just, but it left me depleted and really sad and not happy about life, because just like Heather, I was working 60 plus hours every week, and it was just not satisfying. It always felt good to turn a product over to someone, $1 million house, and they're happy, but then when you leave, those people aren't calling you, and they don't ask you to come over for dinner or anything like that. You know what I mean? They're just kind of doing their life. And so I really like being in community with other people and interacting. And so, yeah, that's when I really decided, when my brain healed, it was like, I'm done with this. I'm not doing another project like that again. And that's when I started writing films and writing more music, scores for the little videos and films that I was doing. And so.
And you do poetry too, correct?
I do, yeah.
That's amazing. I love that so much. So even though you have literally healed yourself in so many areas, and you have learned so much, and I know you give back to so many people. We haven't even touched on that yet, but are you willing to share something you are still growing in or learning about right now about yourself?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just getting out of a domestic violence marriage and all those kind of things. And one of the things I've had to learn is to not give my power away to people, especially women. That was kind of my pattern with my mom and my stepmom and my sister growing up. And so I'm in a new relationship with my very first girlfriend, and that's been amazing. And she's really helping me voice my feelings, and we just communicate great. And I have some really wonderful friends that are really close to me that help me express myself and kind of draw out feelings, because I really didn't know feelings until 3 years ago or 2 years ago. And I'm still learning, like, what's this feel in my body? What does that mean? And so when I didn't express it, I ended up like locking in this pain in my back or my neck or my jaw, or my eye would twitch. And when I learned to speak my truth in love and kindness to people, then that doesn't happen to me, and I don't have chronic pain or those other things wiping me out anymore.
I kind of want you to go back to all those doctors that gave up on you and be like, hey.
Oh, I am. I'm gonna have a whole film about it.
Oh, good. Oh, I love that. Do you
Yeah.
have a potential like timeline that you're hoping for your film?
You know, I've written 17 films last year, and so, and one TV show. And so the first one I really want to do is about my service dog because she really saved my life. You know, she saved me from suicidal ideation and major depression and night terrors and PTSD. Like, she alerts me to blood sugar if I forget to eat. She won't let me get in the car if I'm too tired to drive. Like everything, and I wasn't being conscious because I just, when I was young, I learned mind over matter in the Marines, and I just kept that going. But what that did is it left the rest of my body depleted and in all these disabilities. And um, so yeah, the first one is called Pause, Pause, because when she alerts me, she taps my leg, and it was like, just get present, feel the fur, breathe. Because I used to not be able to read, and so I'd go to the grocery store and I'd forget even where I was. Why am I here? And then I'd be looking at things and I'd be like, I couldn't put it together. And she would just stop me, and I'd breathe through it, get calm, get present, and then be like, okay, oh yeah, I can ask for help, because I used to not know how to ask for help even. And so you go ask a checker at the store, and they're like, oh yeah, and everybody wants to help you when you ask, you know. And so yeah, that's been a really big deal, and she's just a remarkable girl.
And I asked you before the show, like, was she trained before you got her? Did you work with a trainer? And what was your response?
Yeah, I trained her myself.
He trained her himself while he's going through all these mental and physical just harms that were going on in your body and your brain, and you were able to train her. Animals are pretty doggone cool in my book anyways, but to hear that, just, I hear of people that like literally have to raise 20 or $30,000 before they can get any kind of a trained service dog.
Yeah.
You did that. You did it. Now, she's the dog that's in the picture with you that I posted for the event, though, right?
Yeah, her name is Solo.
Solo.
And she's on LinkedIn, Solo Sprinkle. She's got her own little page.
No.
Oh yeah. I haven't posted in a while, but yeah.
I got to tell you something.
Mhm.
Solo is the name of a dog that my daughter and her friends worked at the pound,
Mhm.
and they had to rescue this dog because of the mistreatment, and he had been abused so much that they actually named a nonprofit after him, and it's called Operation Solo.
Wow.
And they go around on Sundays. They're all young people, and they go to homes that have dogs on chains outside, or they're leaving them outside in the cold and in the heat. Michigan, we have very extreme temperatures, and they go out and they educate the families, and they try to give them like igloos for the dogs to live in straw in the winter instead of using blankets, and to get them off those big heavy chains. And the fact that you said her name is Solo, of all the names right now, like I had no idea that.
And she came with that name from the pound. We didn't name her, and she was also abused, and she was left outside. And
Oh my God.
yeah, and that's pretty wild.
Do you not see how small this world is?
Yeah. You know, when I first met her, she was my daughter's emotional support animal, and she was terrified of men. She wouldn't go near me or anything, and now I can't shake this girl. I don't even need a leash. She's just always looking at me. Where are we going?
You're like, you're not getting out of my sight.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I love that. And then I got to see your other baby dog too.
Yeah,
In the
Hot's
back.
Holly.
Now,
Mhm.
what about that one? Does that one have any interest in taking care of you, or is that one its own little thing?
That's Allison's emotional support dog. So
Okay.
she's not trained the same, and she's 10 years old, but she is like, always wanting to jump and cuddle, and like, and I can't quite cuddle with Solo because she's almost 100 pounds, and she doesn't really like it. I can cuddle on the floor, but she can't sit on your lap. You'd be like,
I love that so much. Oh my gosh, we still have so much to talk about. So, last question of mine, and then I'm going to turn it over to you.
Yeah.
If you could travel right now, I'm assuming you would bring Solo with you, but whether or not you have this beautiful new girlfriend or your daughter or whoever else, whether it's for business or for play, where would you travel right now if you could go anywhere?
I would go to Banff and Lake Louise, and what is it? The Ice Glacier National Park. It's kind of all in a row. So I've been wanting to get there for years. I went as a kid when I was maybe 7, but don't quite remember the full trip. And it was with my folks, so it wasn't very fun.
Not quite the same.
No, so I want to go and just explore and hike and just take my time and not rush.
I love that so much. I want to get to Banff too. So if you get there first, please share some pictures with me.
I will absolutely do that. We'll make a little film about it for you.
I know, right? I'd be like, okay, I can be in film number 18. Let's talk.
Exactly.
Oh, my friend, I am loving learning all the connections that you and I just have, let alone, I kind of feel bad. I'm not really looking at the comments as much. I'm like, I just want to learn more about you and everything. But I am going to turn over full stage to you. You've got about 6 or 7 minutes or so. Really share what's calling your name right now that other people may want to learn about you, things that you feel comfortable sharing with everybody. There's nothing that you have to talk about, only what you want to share with everybody.
Sure. I would say the most exciting thing is happening right now. And we just visited my friend Explorer Wilson and I. We went to Eastern Washington this weekend to view some property. And after COVID started, my kids and I started taking our native language lessons called Likwala. That's our name of our language. And when I learned the language, I got more in touch with our culture because my granny had died years ago. And so it had been like 20 years since I'd been back on the reservation. And so in that process, I really fell in love with nature again and wanted to preserve it, and got really upset about all of the gentrification that I was a part of. Because I've built so much stuff here. And now when I drive around Seattle, I just see all these 3-4 story townhomes where there used to be projects or, or places where low income people could live. And now those people are pushed out, and there's massive homelessness and fentanyl issues, especially in Seattle. And so we went to view this property. It's 570 acres, and we're looking to call it Kwakwana Preserve, which means red-tailed hawk in our language. And so we want to buy up as much of these mountains over there as we can to have outdoor retreats, healing retreats for veterans and people with PTSD, also joy retreats just to take adults out to play, and learn how to calm down and find grounding and find their breath and, that sort of thing. And so it's been a dream of ours for years, and it's finally happening. And we may even be able to get 1,000 acres out there. And so we're really excited about that. We have a lot of support helping us with finding grant money and investors that will be supporting our mission to really just buy land so nobody else can tear it down and destroy nature anymore. And it's really near the Colville Reservation, so it's traditional Colville land. And so I feel really strongly about protecting that because I have a lot of friends that are Colville or Siniak native, and those people are on these small reservations with, not a lot of resources. And if we have land like that, we can offer it just to the tribe to do bow hunting and things like that. We're sort of anti guns these days. That's not really our jam, but we don't mind if people need to hunt for food, and we have so many acres over there. So
spectacular.
Yeah.
And those pictures you sent earlier, I'm just like,
right. Isn't it crazy?
You not feel joy just looking at it. It's like we really still have that here in America.
Well, I know. And there's lots of land over there because it's so steep and vast that people can't really build on it, or they can, but it's so expensive to bring utilities in and things. So we just want to buy as much of it as we can over the next 20, 30 years and just leave it in a trust for our children's children's children, that it will always be a safe place for people can walk the land and, throw a tent up and just be in nature. and not worry about the city life for a second, hopefully.
Oh, I love that so much. I am going to offer right now, when you start doing retreats, if you need any help marketing, if you need help doing some breakout sessions, I'm there to support you because that is right up my alley. I love planning those kind of things. I love going to those things, and the world needs more calm and joy.
Absolutely.
And anything I can do to support you with that, I would love.
I would love to investigate that with you and hear how we could work together in that way, because we definitely need more practitioners. You know, we have some other psychedelic therapists that may come out too, and some myofascial release therapists that can do body work, and I do that as well on people. But yeah, I know we need a lot of different modalities and wisdom, and that happens when you get a group of people together, especially when you have a balanced team of male and female. And so definitely open to that. That'd be great. Be an honor to work next to you.
I was thinking the same thing. Thank you. Oh my goodness. It's amazing how things align when they're meant to be. And you know, how you and Kenny Dunner have known each other so long. And I'm in like sometimes 2 to 5 rooms a day with Kenny, and you and I just crossed paths not even a month ago, was it? Maybe give or take 4 or 5 weeks ago.
I think so. Yeah.
How? But then I'm like, nope, it was not our time. Maybe we would have just crossed paths and not talked. But for some reason, there was something about your comment. I'm like, I need to get to know this guy. And now
I'm glad you did. I'm really glad you did. Yeah.
I am too. So what is something you want to leave the guests with tonight? Is there anything that you know about yourself that you wish you would have had years ago, that maybe somebody else, if they're struggling right now and they're hearing what you're sharing, that maybe it might just click with them too, if you'd like to share anything?
Absolutely. And the thing that really helped me get out of all of this stuff was learning how to find my breath and to slow down. And also grounding, like taking your shoes off and standing underneath the cedars, you know, and breathing and just relaxing, especially when you're pushing things in life, you know, and business gets crappy. Like that's when I was solo, she would tap me in the car and I'd be like, crap, I've only driven 10 minutes. But the agreement is I got to pull off the road. And that's what I would do. I'd take my shoes off and breathe or lay on the ground and just relax for a second before I got back into traffic. And that's how I stopped hurting myself, stopped overdoing. And I would love the world to stop overdoing. And just like how Heather says, like some days I work 4 hours, some days I work 8, 10, whatever. And I had to learn to do the same because I was a 10 to 14 hour a day person all the time. You know, I put the kids to bed and be doing my accounting and bookworks and ordering materials and things at night till 1 a.m. sometimes, and it just left me with nothing for myself or for really anybody else. And so yeah, if everyone could just calm down in their own way, you know, that would be wonderful, I think, for the entire world. And I think people would be more sensitive to the natural world around them, and you know, less of an asshole when they're driving and all that stuff. That's just, it's hard when you're in that focus and rage, you know, and work. But that's what really calmed me down.
I love that so much. I am excited to continue talking with you so much more. Please reach out anytime. You got my digits. Please keep me posted because we've got to chat more. Thank you so much. The comments are amazing, of course, for you as well. When you have time to check that out, I know you are busy. Please give Solo a whole bunch of love from this lady in Michigan that now is so thankful to know about another Solo.
Right. I just gave her a pat for you. She's right here.
I appreciate you so much. If you or Heather want to stay in the green room and chat in a couple minutes, feel free. Otherwise, if you need to get going, I totally understand that, and we'll connect soon, okay?
Awesome. Thank you. Really an honor to be on your show, Jackie, and I'm really grateful that you do this. So thank you.
Thank you so much. The honor seriously is mine, or I would not be doing this, because it's not like I get paid to do this. But I hope you guys can understand just how full my heart is hearing Heather and then hearing d-Roo, and their stories are so similar but so different at the exact same time. It's like, yes, this is important. Thank you so much, my friend.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Bye.
See you.
Oh, he said so much. And if you missed his whole discussion, if you missed Heather's discussion, you're going to want to go back on replay at some time. Talk about power dropping and how important we are for this world. He said two things. He said something earlier. He said, learning to learn. How many of us learn because we're forced to do it, or because it's expected of us, or because we want to get that next promotion or this? Learning to learn. Because we deserve to learn. We deserve to learn, not because we're forced, not because we're being instructed to. So I'm going to encourage you to use his phrase he just did, learning to learn. And then when he said, calm down, did you hear what he added kind of quietly afterwards? Calm down in your own way. Because y'all know I got some energy, right? But there are times I need to just shut it down too. And I may not be able to just work a 2 or 4 hour day with the kind of day job I have. But when I come home, there are times I don't turn on any kind of music. I may jump into an audio or a live event on LinkedIn, but you may not even know I'm there because it might be one of the nights that I can't be social in the comments. Other nights I'm flipping in the comments because this is my social outlet away from work, away from the stresses of life. And that calms me down in a different way, where other people, the thought of listening to other voices might not calm them. The thought of getting on camera might not be calming to some people, where to me, it fills my heart with joy because we're making real connections here. And I wouldn't have the people that follow this show follow it if we were just being all monotone and we could kind of care less about who's on stage. These are real humans that are so vulnerable every single week, showing what they've learned, what they're struggling through, how we're so much alike. It's a good world when you get to know other humans. So if we are not connected already, please connect with me on LinkedIn. Don't just do that follow thing, and please don't just pitch me. Get to know the people that are in the comments that are showing up. Go to some of their shows. If you are in the comments now and you have an upcoming show, put your link in there. I've already shared about on the 20th, that's 2 days from now on Wednesday, go to Nick's event at 7:00. It's all about supporting the Transformation Kitchen. You are going to be trickling out to so many people with that ripple. Check into Heather's page and d-Roo's page. Figure out what works for you and what's called to you and what's aligned for you. And make sure you tune in every single Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because we've got so many cool humans coming up. If you want to be a guest, I don't beg people to be a guest. I sometimes will mention it to somebody, but I'm not going to chase you and say, hey, you weren't going to be on my show. You have to want this, because just like we talked about, when it aligns, it aligns. And I'm not going to pressure somebody to be on here, but you deserve to have your voice heard. You deserve to have people get to know you when you're ready to. So I am pretty much booked through most of June, if not all of June. But July is pretty open, except one date is booked solid. So reach out to me if you're interested. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other after you take care of yourself. Going to play that amazing outro from William Rochelle and then jump right into his room. That is his wind down. He does it 3 nights a week. So amazing. I love it to death. I cannot thank him enough for doing that, because even when I've had a busy day and I don't really want to hear other people's voices or do stuff, I feel so much calmer when I'm watching him. So if you want to listen to the outro, if you haven't heard it before, it's so fun. Otherwise, jump right into his room. I'm going to sit here and dance it out for a minute, and I'm going to thank you all one more time for being here to support these great humans. Reach out to me when you're ready to. Take care of yourself. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today. You could have been anywhere else, but you chose just Jax and Guests. Jackie Hallberg has left the building. The category is prison reform. Prison reform. The category is diversity. The category is women's rights. Thank you for joining. We appreciate your company. Thank you for coming through. Just Jax and Guests. The category is equal rights. The category is inclusivity. The category is second chances. We
Thank you for coming through. We appreciate your company.